One of the questions we get asked the very most is, do you have a therapist you can recommend for me? And while we wish that we knew of therapists in every single place, in every single part of the country, we don't. So what do we tell them instead, Mel?
We say check out BetterHelp because it's online, it's at a reasonable price, and you can be matched with a therapist within 24 hours. I've also used them and they have been great. And if you don't like your therapist, guess what? Click, click, and get a new one.
Absolutely. It's so hard when you have an in-person therapist, if you're not clicking with them, to cut them off and get a new one. So that's not an issue with BetterHelp. So we always tell people to try BetterHelp. And if you use our promo code, which is
trybetterhelp.com/WWDN,
you get 10% off your first month.
Go ahead and try it out. That's trybetterhelp.com/WWDN. And you know what? I'm a big fan of doing therapy where you don't have to wear pants, but nobody knows about it.
Are you wearing pants right now, Mel?
I'll see you later. Bye. That's trybetterhelp.com/WWDN. What's a happening with you?
Oh, I just bought a packet of 150 colored pencils.
That is many, many colors.
And next I'm going to buy Legos.
150 colors of Legos? Legos? Legos?
Legos.
Oh, Christmas?
Yeah.
It's actually today. It's Krampus weekend in Salzburg. I'm really bummed I'm not there.
So terrifying. We do Christmas. We're so vanilla and bland. What can I say?
Anybody out there listening from Salzburg? And are you at the Krampus Festival? And can we come visit you next year? Please email us.
Mel is like, we have to go to this. We have to go.
Yeah, I have a friend that's at it right now. And she's been sending me videos and pictures. And I think it looks like a nice alternative to some other holiday traditions, which sometimes are a little annoying when you're going through grief. Yeah. Or maybe if you're not even, they can be a tricky time.
So this Christmas is going to be weird, Mel, because it's almost been 7 years. And I feel like every Christmas has gotten less and less like painful and hard. But then this year we're having a reboot of hard. Like, I'm feeling super nostalgic. I'm feeling super sad. My kids are feeling that way a little bit. So that's kind of annoying.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, we had our holiday Zoom cocktail hour.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were doing that, one of my kids was sitting with me, and he had a little idea for how we could like honor our dad during Christmas time. And we've been doing it. And it's actually been really fun. And that's why I need 150 colored pencils.
Oh, are you going to tell us about this later, or are you going to tell us right now?
Well, what do you want me to do? I'll tell you right now because I want to tell you. So he had the idea of making like a mini Christmas tree and putting ornaments on it that were like dad ornaments. So we started writing down all the things that we could think about that were dad related. And at first I was like, well, we'll just go buy some ornaments. But Mel, ornaments are so expensive. It's like $30 for a Darth Vader ornament. I'm like, well, we can't do that because we can't spend $30 on every ornament. So I had the brilliant idea, and I had some Shrinky Dink paper. Do you remember Shrinky Dinks?
Yes.
Yes. So then we wrote down every single thing that we could think of that was kind of dad related. So we wrote like a big list, and it could be really big because it didn't have to be an ornament that already existed. So that's been really cool because we wrote down things like from his childhood and like stories that have happened from his life, and we've just been coloring these Shrinky Dinks and then shrinking them, and they've all gone on this Christmas tree that's not that small actually, but it looked small when it was at Costco. And so we have our regular tree and then we have our dad tree, and it's got quite a few ornaments on it right now. And the really fun part is that for a lot of the ornaments, like my kids are like, why are you drawing a golf cart? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you the story when it's finished and we put it on the tree. So then I punched the hole in the golf cart because you have to put a little ribbon through it to be able to hang it. And they're like, why is the golf cart upside down? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you when we hang the Christmas ornament up. So we spent like last week we hung a bunch up and I told them all the reasons why like we were making this one. Because for some of this stuff, they like know that dad liked this or dad liked that. But for instance, they didn't know the story of him at his first job, which was at a country club that he and a bunch of his friends, after a banquet at night, drove a golf cart into a ditch and flipped it over
No
and then
way.
just left it there. So like it's been fun because I've gotten to share some of those other stories that I haven't really found a time to share with them. Like that's never come up naturally in conversation. So
That's the best idea.
it's been fun.
That's really fun.
And I keep spending too much time coloring instead of like cleaning the toilet or
Yeah.
feeding the children. So
Well, mm, yeah,
it's
that's
okay
important.
though.
But also, so are shrink-eating
I
dinks.
know.
We always get that question too when we are talking to some of our friends who have lost somebody. Everyone's like, what do I do? Like, I want to honor them, but I'm not quite sure how. So I think that's a really, really fun and unique way. I've never heard that one before. Good job.
Um, I have a child here who wants to say something.
Oh, okay, come say it.
Because we're pretty much done with the dad tree, but I just thought of a new ornament because I made a book that was called Mustache and Me because mustache has pretty much become like our dad's symbol. So I made a book about like things I think he was like because he died when I was only 2 and I made a whole book about it. And I thought, why don't we make an ornament? Because it's something I made that was mostly about him and me.
I love that idea. Let's do it.
That's way awesome. I like that. Nice, dude. I love it. I love those ways because it's so hard, to try and find ways that are meaningful. And it's like you said, you're 7 years out, I guess, almost. It seems so long, but it's also still with you. And I think this is an important conversation just to remind people of because I don't think anybody, when they first become widowed for the first time or are adjacent to those who are widowed for the first time, think that by the time you're at year 7, you still might have some hard feelings, like sad feelings. It's like, oh, you have your, it's nice and packaged up, and maybe a year or maybe 2 years, you're kind of fine after that. It's like, this stuff will stick with everybody for a lifetime. So I love that even though the pain is still there, that you guys are finding new ways.
Yeah. And it almost seems like you feel like there's a statute of limitations. Like you can't have any new ideas.
Yeah.
Like obviously we would have thought of all of the ideas by this time, but it just goes to show that you're never done. Like you can have an idea 7 years from now that's going to feel really meaningful to you. And you're going to be like, why didn't we think of this sooner? But it's like coming at the right time. And to be very clear, this is not as hard as it was year 1, year 2, year 3. It's still a lot better than that. So if you're also listening being like, what? It's going to suck at 7 years? It's not as bad as it
It's
used
a
to be.
different suck.
Yeah, but it's still there. And it's still like, I still want to connect them with their dad. And this has been a cool way to do that. And also, I just feel like it can change every year. You can think of new things, and it doesn't have to be front of mind one year, and then one year it can be, and it doesn't always have to be static and stagnant, I guess.
Maybe there are only 3 ideas because people think it's only going to be 3 hard years.
3 ideas on Pinterest.
Yep. Now there are 7 ideas on Pinterest. Oh my gosh. Well, I love that. And like you mentioned, we had the holiday Zoom. So thanks for everybody who showed up to that or who checked their spam folders for the email that went to some of the emails for that. That was really fun. It was fun to get to see some familiar faces and meet some new friends. So we hope to do some more of those in the future. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. And the only way to figure that stuff out is by being in the Widow Wives Club. So make sure you do that. Before we get into the episode today, we just wanted to explain a little bit about what it is. So we've done some episodes about holidays in the past, and we've asked some of our recent widows who have listened to our entire catalog, and they approve. of this, and they say they wouldn't change a thing. So we're actually going to play that episode for you right after Anita and I are done just blah blahing to each other. So we hope that this
Yeah,
is helpful for you.
it's an encore because sometimes you need the episode to just be presented to you right before the holidays. Like you might not even know that we did a holiday episode unless you're actually searching for it. So we're just going to deliver it to you. We're just going to put it in your feed. And if you've listened to it already and you're like, okay, I'm good, then come back next week. But if you are maybe wondering about some holiday ideas or tips on how to deal with the upcoming holidays, then give it a listen. People have told us that it was really helpful. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep. Because we're almost pushing 300 episodes. Did you know that?
It's a lot.
It's like
I know, it's
295
weird.
or something like that. If you look at the actual number. And
Why
again,
didn't we quit a long time
I
ago,
don't know,
Mel?
and I labeled them so stupidly too, so it doesn't even reflect how many we have. But yeah, who is going to go scroll back 300 episodes, if they're just joining us now. So we hope that this is helpful for you. And yeah, come to the Widow Wives Club. It's in Facebook. How do they join?
Oh, you go to Facebook and you search the Widow Wives Club that goes with Widow We Do Now. And you have to prove that you're a widow. And I'm sorry, and that's annoying, and we realize that, but you would not believe the number of people who are trying to get into the Widow Wives Club and are trying to scam you. So we are on the case trying to keep it a safe and protected place, and that's why we are a little bit funny about that. But it's a really great group, and we really love the people who are in our group. So come find us on Facebook.
Yep. And we've been getting weirdos all over the place, like dentists that want to be connected to our content and have nothing to do with this.
Mel, can we please do a special Patreon little blurb about that, Mel?
Yeah.
Please. Okay, because I want to tell
It's
people.
going insane. It's like every day there's something new, and we just screenshot stuff and send it to each other, and we're like, what is
What?
going
Yeah.
on? Who is in charge? Obviously, nobody that is sane.
I've been asking that for so long. Who is in charge? I would like to speak to the manager
Mhm.
of gestures wildly at the universe.
I agree with this. Okay.
Yeah.
So look for that in Patreon sometime. You guys know what that is, right? Okay, maybe you don't. It's just a way for people who create content to have patrons to help provide additional content or to support existing content. And it's a little donation of anywhere from $5 on up. So there are different things in different tiers. So check it out. Patreon.com/WWDN.
Yes. And we also have the option if you can't commit to a recurrent donation, then you can just do a one-time donation on buymeacoffee.com/widow we do now. We use that to buy tacos.
Yeah. And cheese.
So, and we are going to have some delicious cheese.
That's going to be a Patreon episode.
Later in the month,
Unboxing.
just so you guys
Yeah.
know. I also would just like to say thank you to everybody who donated to our Adopt a Widow Fund. You guys have stepped up and helped so many people. It's not huge. I mean, we're not like $1 million.
We're not Dateline.
Whatever. Yeah, we're not Dateline. We're not GoFundMe, but we have been able to make like a small difference in several people in our group's lives. So thank you for doing that. It's so lovely to see people who have been through something so hard realize that other people are going through something also hard and are willing to donate. So thank you.
Yeah. We have a really great community, and it sucks being a widow, but it's also really great being a widow because there are really amazing people that we all meet because of our situation. So thank you. I just wanted to say one more thing before we get to this episode. If you have not listened from the beginning and you are enjoying this podcast, go all the way to episode 0 because it'll explain kind of the trajectory of things. And Anita and I share our stories from the beginning. Things will change along the way. So a lot of things might make a little bit more sense, or you might find some stuff
Or less sense.
or less sense.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just documenting what it's been like this whole time. That's all. All right. Well, happy Krampus to you.
Yeah, I wish you a Krampus experience in your near future, Mel.
Makes me think of like period cramps.
Nuts. Yeah, I was like, it doesn't sound like a good
No,
thing to
they
wish
could have
somebody.
picked a different word. Well, whatever.
I think it's supposed to be an unpleasant
Yeah, the videos that my friend
right?
sent, they're eating
Terrifying.
her hat. And they're walking around smelling her and like
That
hitting her.
kind of reminds me of it's like Frightmares at Lagoon, where they just hire a bunch of crazy
Mm.
teenagers and they're like, you can do whatever you want.
Gosh.
They're like, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Well, again, please, Salzburg Widows, message us. We want to come see you at the festival.
all right. Enjoy the episode and we'll talk to you again next week.
I'm Anita.
I'm Mel. We're two young widows who are just trying to figure out widow.
We
Do.
now.
My son is looking at me and he's like, your name's not Mel.
Just kidding. That's Anita and I'm Mel.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Anita. Oh. Hi, Anita.
Hi, Mel.
Welcome to this episode of Mel and Anita.
Do a widow-sode.
About what?
We're going to talk about the holidays because the holidays are very close to upon us. So it's time to prepare.
It is time to prepare. It is time to gird your loins.
I don't know if they can be girded quite enough.
What does
Also,
that even
what does
mean?
that even mean?
Does gird mean you're like tensing up? I feel it would just let's not talk
I feel
about
like
that.
it's like pulling up your pants. And so I don't think you should pull them up too high.
Oh, like Steve Urkel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wedgie CD. Okay. Now that we've discussed what gird means, how doth we gird our loins for the holidays?
Well, first let's talk about common things that happen to us widows and other grievers when the holidays approach.
Fear, anxiety,
Terror.
wanting to run away. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
excitement, because holidays are fun, or they're supposed to be fun. But
Yeah.
when somebody that's an integral part of your family is gone, kind of puts a damper on things sometimes. So it's a different scenario.
And even you might feel guilty for being excited, or you might feel like you shouldn't feel those feelings because your person is gone. So it's like this big of weirdness. This will be the third holiday season without Jason. So third Thanksgiving, third Christmas, and it definitely has changed in those 3 years. The first year, I felt like it almost wasn't real. You know, it just felt like it was a pretend holiday, and I was really, really, really not looking forward to the feelings I was going to have, if that makes any sense.
I remember talking to you before your first round of holidays because Jason died in January. So you had most of the year to get
Right.
to the holiday season. Scott died in November. And so I hit my first holidays, bam, 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 like right after.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, it was a big blur for me too. And I just remember being totally overwhelmed and traumatized and sad. But at the same time, I had this resolve to have a fun time at the holidays and to show up. I think I was kind of riding some extra adrenaline from the funeral and I was still kind of in the mode of, well, I'm going to show up to help other people.
Yeah.
That very, very quickly actually left on Christmas. in the middle of the day, I had a crazy trigger and a meltdown, and then I didn't get out of bed for 2 weeks. But I remember thinking, okay, well, that was my experience with the holidays right after Scott died. Surely that's going to be the same for Anita. So it was interesting because I remember hearing back from you on some of the holidays, and you were not as negative as I was about them.
No, and I think part of that was that because we have kids and they're young kids, that they were so excited and they were so into the holiday and the gifts that I just kind of got swept up in that. Looking back on it, though, I still feel like it wasn't even real. It just was like a strange experience. But Christmas was not painful the day of, but the anticipation of Christmas was rough. And I think we say this over and over and over again, how that's so common, that the lead up, you have so many emotions, and then you get to the day and you're like, oh, okay, I can do this. Or, you know, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, I agree. It's true. We do deal with a lot of anticipatory feelings on the lead up to the holidays. And I imagine that depending on the situation or the circumstance, such as widowed mom, non-kid widow. Is that what you call it? A kidless widow?
Kidless widow.
That's what I
Yeah, I
am.
mean, it still
A
works.
non-kid widow, maybe an empty nester, different circumstances of widows that the experience will run the spectrum of what that looks like. I know for me, the isolation is real because, as a lot of us know, the Santa Claus thing, or I don't know what's this elf on the shelf thing people do. Those little traditions where
Ain't nobody got time for that.
where everyone says they're annoying, but then they're all for the kids. Those things are things that we don't have as kidless widows, unless they're nieces and nephews. But sometimes that can be even painful as well, because some people may have been looking forward to starting a family with their person who is now deceased. And so it kind of adds an extra insult to injury. So I know for me, like I said, the first holiday season I was participating, but after that it kind of became too hard. And I realized that, oh, I have the option to participate in holidays or not. And however long I decide to do that is up to me. And a lot of times we run the risk of getting some flack from family that maybe want us to be there, or they don't understand, or they take it personally, like they're not important enough for us to show up. And really, that's not the case. Really, we're just trying to survive and make it through the day.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like you were saying, how there's different scenarios. There's also different scenarios as far as what holidays were important to your family. You know, that Jason liked Thanksgiving more than Christmas, and Thanksgiving was harder for me than Christmas was, because the kids aren't as excited about Christmas. And so there's what was important to your spouse. We just got done with Halloween, and we had a lot of people talk about how Halloween was their spouse's favorite or their partner's favorite. And so those are really hard. So there's also differences in how we celebrated them. Were they a big event? Were they just our close family? Do we have traditions? Things like that are going to be different for every person. And I know that a lot of people question, as they're coming up to their first holiday season, whether they keep their traditions or whether they try something new. So what do you think about that? Mel.
Yeah.
We have a major announcement to make.
Go for it.
Did you know that right now all plans on Mint Mobile are what?
$15 a month.
Okay, that's truly ridiculous. Do you know how much regular cell phones are?
Yep.
$1 bazillion a month. 15 is less than that.
New customers get 3 months of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month if you sign up right now. And guess what? I use it. I love it. I've used it all over the country, all over the world, and it's great. And if you're wondering about phones, they have those available as well, or you can just port your own number and your current phone over to Mint Mobile. They make it so easy.
So if people are interested in trying out Mint Mobile, how can they go about doing that?
Go to trymintmobile.com/WWDN. And you know, it's interesting. When my dad died, we actually put his phone on a Mint Mobile plan because it kept his number going, but it was $15 a month. So there you go. And there's different storage plans, but you might as well just get the unlimited because it's $15 a month.
Absolutely. All right, go try it today.
That's trymintmobile.com/WWDN. Ooh, I think it could go either way. On one hand, keeping the traditions that you shared with your person helps to keep them alive and to keep the memories going. And starting new memories also helps the griever and those of us that are still here to start something new. So I know a lot of people have done both. Some people choose to only do the old things, and some people only choose to do the new things. So I think that would depend on the person. But either way, whatever the motivation is behind it could work for you.
Yeah, and it might not work the same as it did the time before. So you might find, and you can always change your mind. I mean, if you did your same thing this year and then next year you want to change it up, you can. There's no holiday police. I mean, maybe mother-in-laws. Are mother-in-laws holiday police?
Or mothers.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. They come and tell you that you're doing it wrong. You get to choose what your holiday is going to look like. Whether it's, some people run away for the holidays. They're like, we're not even going to do the standard thing. We're going to go rent an Airbnb on the beach and just be together as our own little family. We're not going to do all of the things that we've normally done. And some people want to stay with what's comfortable and what they have known. And either way is the right way.
Yeah. Or one of our friends of the podcast, she is possibly renting an Airbnb in a remote place in her country that has no Wi-Fi.
I don't know why you would do that.
And she doesn't have kids. So yeah, you could do something unconventional. I know, like for Thanksgiving, even during non-times of death, I don't really love Thanksgiving food, and I always wondered why we couldn't just have pizza.
You can.
Pizza. No, not in my family. It was like, you eat the Thanksgiving dinner. Here's the turkey and the stuffing.
Well, turkey's gross, but I like the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and the rolls. So maybe you, if you're looking for a way to keep the holiday enough that it's still in your life, but to change it enough that it's working for you, you can just change little aspects of it. Like, okay, I'm going to show up for Thanksgiving. I'm going to give myself 1 hour to be around everybody, and then I'm leaving. And I'm going to order pizza or play video games or take benzos and go to sleep for the rest of the day. Whatever works for you. You're grieving.
I think it's also important to communicate with the people who you will be spending time with. I just think it's interesting how people, grief civilians, people on the outside, don't realize how hard the holidays can be. So if we can just communicate with them and say, hey, I'm anticipating this is going to be a really hard day and it might not go as it's been planned. We might have to leave. We might be able to stay, just so that I feel like that almost manages our own anxiety a little bit, to let them in on what you're thinking. And so you don't feel like you have to just take care of it all in your own head. You've got some allies. And then if you do have to leave, you don't have to explain it right then. You've already kind of prefaced it and said, this might happen, and we're just going to go with the flow.
I really like that, because I'm one where I feel if I don't show up, or if I do feel the need to leave the situation, I feel extreme guilt.
Yeah.
And I end up staying longer than I probably should for my sanity. And it's this whole mental battle of, oh, I don't want them to think that I hate them, but I really need to go, but I feel stuck. So I like that idea of just being upfront, and maybe you have a safe, quote, safe person or two in the vicinity, and you explain it to them. And then if you need to get out of there, get out of there. Or you might have a great time. You never know.
And that's another thing, is I think that a lot of times we as widows or as grievers, we feel guilty when we are having a good time. We stop ourselves in the middle of those happy thoughts and think, oh, I shouldn't be having these thoughts because my person isn't here with me. And it's ridiculous. Those thoughts are ridiculous, but they happen. And I think we've all experienced that, where we kind of stop ourselves and be like, no, you shouldn't be having fun. You can have fun. It's okay. You are still alive. It doesn't make your person any less or more dead if you're enjoying yourself.
Very good point.
I know. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Anita, mic drop. The end. That's all you guys need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. That's another thing that we deal with, is when we do start to live parts of life that resemble normalcy or even joy. I mean, and we all go in and out of these feelings, especially extremely up and down when it's in early grief. And we tend to beat up on ourselves a lot. So it's normal if you feel fine for a little bit. It's also normal to feel guilty about feeling fine. And just remember, it's your brain telling you things. So here are some tips. Number 1, remember that you are a human with a human brain, and your brain has thoughts all the time. So your brain is going to be presented with multiple options, and you get to choose what you think is true or what's not. A lot of times we feel like we are kind of slaves to whatever our thoughts are, and that's not necessarily true. Number 2, you have sustained the number 1 most stressful life event, according to the Holmes-Rahe Stress Index Scale. That's what it's called.
You sounded so smart right then.
I know. I have to do a paper on it for my sociology class. So I learn.
Good job.
So you have sustained the most stressful thing that people can go through. And as anybody that's widowed can tell you, so many things are added into that stress, like perhaps loss of house, loss of family, loss of feeling safe within existing family, in-law situations, all sorts of things. So give yourself a break. If you feel like you are not doing it right, stop yourself. Say, I have sustained the number one most stressful life event. It's okay that I'm not okay right now.
I'm rocking what I've got. You can say that
Yes.
to yourself. Whether or not it's true, you might be just barely squeaking by, but that's rocking it for whatever your situation is.
Yeah. And number 3, you get to choose. The end.
We just want to reach out to all the people watching and all of the people who are grieving and just give you a virtual hug as we approach the holiday season. It is not easy. And if it's your first one, extra hugs, because they're rough, and they, you don't need to beat yourself up for feeling like it's rough. Of course it's rough. Your life has been turned upside down. So just do what feels right. Know that we got your back. Know that we love you. And we hope that your holidays turn out the best that they possibly can, and that you get to spend some time with family and feel some happiness at some point in time. And if you don't, accept that and know that you're fine and you're normal.
It's true. And remember that regardless of spouse death, partner death or not, holidays and family are 2 of the hardest situations anyway.
Yeah.
They are not easy. So may the force be with you.
May the ghost of Rudolph be with you to light your way.
With his red nose.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you need extra support, please consider joining our Widow Wives Club on Facebook. It's a free, supportive community on Facebook, and we are there for you. And that's the place that's safe to go when things are not going well and you just need a listening ear or two, or you need to vent about how things are the worst or the best.
Both things.
What are your experiences with the holidays? Comment below.
Let us know what you're worried about. Let us know what you're excited about.
Let us know if you have some new plans for your holidays, or if you are sticking with some of your old traditions.
Is anybody eating figgy pudding? What is figgy pudding?
David Kelly, Sarah Kennedy,
Is it a thing?
Vicky,
Is it good?
let us know.
I'm Anita.
I'm Mel.
We're 2 young widows heading into the holidays, wishing you good luck.
And that's all.
And that's all. We're all just trying to figure out widow
We
do.
now.
Mel, can you please tell me how you feel about therapy?
I am so grateful for therapy. I do therapy every single week.
Do you think it's a great tool in the widow's toolbox?
I sure do. I think it's a great tool in anybody's toolbox. And I am so glad that I have stuck with it, because as time goes on, there are more things that I am able to learn about myself. That goes for anything from healing from the death of my husband, to childhood things, to trying to get outside and be social, or trying to address my own certain personality. So yeah, it's really been helpful for me.
We have so many people in the Widow Wives Club who have started using BetterHelp and have amazing reviews. It takes away so many of the barriers to getting great therapy.
I know one of the things that's hard for people, and we get this question a lot, it's I need a therapist that does XYZ. Who's a therapist that is going to be widow friendly? And I know that is so hard to find. When I did therapy that was not on this online platform, it was hard. And it's kind of trial and error, kind of like a new medication, honestly, like a new antidepressant. And the way that BetterHelp is set up is it's easy to find somebody that has your specific needs as part of their expertise. And you know what? If you get into a couple sessions with that person and it's not a good fit, it's so easy to change. You can ask some of our friends in the Widow Wives Club. They've changed therapists and gotten one that has been a better fit for them. Well, a lot of them are lucky with who they get first time. I am so grateful for mine. I love her so much, and it's literally changed my life for the better.
This is amazing. So if you guys are wanting to add therapy to your toolbox or need a change in who you're seeing right now, consider checking out BetterHelp. They're one of our sponsors. If you go to trybetterhelp.com/WWDN,
you get 10% off your first month of therapy if you sign up with BetterHelp. And let me tell you, the day that I was in the hospital with my dad when he was dying, I was able to instant message with my therapist, and she checked on me all throughout the week. And I was not available for video sessions for a lot of those times because there were things we were dealing with, like mortuary stuff, and I was still able to be in contact with her. So they're very, very responsive, caring. It's such a great platform, and I recommend it to anybody who is looking for therapy.
Once again, it's trybetterhelp.com/WWDN.
And that's for 10% off your first month of online therapy.
You don't even have to wear pants, Mel.
I know this.
First-hand experience.
You can even wear a onesie.
Or a twosie.
Ooh, scary. All right, bye!